is part 1 of 4 parts of my first YouTube course. And the title of this course is The Role of the Substance Abuse Professional in relation to the return to duty process. Check out my introduction to this course. It's going to be 4 videos. And what I'm going to do on part 1 of this video is I'm going to give an overview of all of the service agents that work in the DOT return to duty process. You know, I am a qualified DOT substance abuse professional. I hold the credentials to do what I do. I've been doing this type of work for well over 24 plus years. So, but the focus of part 1 of this lecture is I'm going to give a description and a role of all of the service agents in the return to duty process. And one of those service agents is the urine collector. Basically, their responsibility is to collect urine specimens using Part 40 procedures, which is the federal regulations Part 40 procedures in relation to this return to duty process. So that urine collector will collect urine specimens using Part 40 procedures. They will ship the specimens to the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS certified laboratories for analysis, and distribute copies of the chain of custody form to the laboratory, the medical review officer, the employer, and the in a timely and confidential manner. The collector is required to maintain collection site security and integrity. And to get more information on that urine collector qualifications, that's laid out in 49 CFR Part 40 of the federal regulations in relation to the return to duty process. So that's the responsibility of the urine collector. Another service agent is the laboratory. The responsibility of the laboratory in relation to the return to duty process is to receive, analyze, report laboratory confirmed results only to that medical review officer, that MRO. The laboratory must be certified by Health and Human Services. And to get more information on the qualification of the laboratory, that's all also indicated in 49 CFR Part 40 of the federal regulations in relation to the DOT return to duty process. Another service agent in relation to this process is the DOT return to duty process is the medical review officer. The medical review officer responsibility is to receive laboratory confirmed urine drug test results to determine whether there is a legitimate medical explanation for a laboratory confirmed positive, alterated, or substitute result, and review and report a verified result to the employer in a timely and confidential manner. To get more information on the qualification of that medical review officer, that's also indicated and laid out in 49 CFR Part 40 of the federal regulations in relation to the return to duty process. Another service agent in relation to the return to duty process is the screening test technician, the STT. And the responsibility of that STT, the screening test technician, is to conduct an alcohol screening test. It can be either a breath or saliva test. The STT would document the results on an ATF, which is an alcohol testing form, and transmit the results to the employer in a timely and confidential manner. You know, in order to see the qualifications of the screening test technician, That's also indicated in 49 CFR 40 in the DOT federal regulations in relation to the return to duty process. And so, like I said, I'm presenting the responsibilities of the service agents in relation to the return to duty process for individuals who are CDL truck drivers, a CDL truck driver in relation to FMCSA transportation mode. Another important service agent I want to also give some insight on is the breath alcohol technician, the BAT, B-A-T. The responsibility of the breath alcohol technician is to conduct alcohol screening and confirmation tests by collecting and analyzing breath specimens using an approved screening device and an evidential breath testing, which is an EBT device. Their responsibilities is also to document the results of the test on a DOT ATF alcohol testing form and transmit the results to the employer in a timely and confidential manner. Additional information about the qualifications of the breath alcohol technician, that BAT, is also indicated in 49 CFR Part 40 in the federal regulations in relation to the DOT return to duty process. Another service agent who I want to also give some insight on and discuss their responsibilities is the Consortium third-party administrator, that CTPA, who is also a service agent. The CTPA is a service agent who coordinates a variety of the drug and alcohol testing services for employers. These services can include random selections, preparation of annual management information system MIS reports, and coordinating urine collections, laboratory testing, MRO services, alcohol testing, and SAP evaluations. The CTPA must ensure the services it provides comply with the DOT regulations. That is, service agents are qualified. So they got to make sure that the service agents that they are consulting with and affiliated of, that they're dealing with, that they're qualified. And also, in order to have more insight on the qualifications of that consortium third-party administrator, that CTPA, that's also indicated in 49 CFR Part 40 of the DOT federal regulations in relation to the return to duty process. So again, this here is a description of the service agents who play a role in the DOT return to duty process for individuals who are a CDL truck drivers for FMCSA transportation mode. All service agents play a critical role in ensuring the safety of the traveling public, and also play an important role in guiding a person in relation to returning back to their safety sensitive function in the event they have failed a alcohol test or random drug screen or urine drug screen. So this will be the completion of Part 1 of this course. Be on the lookout for Part 2, where I'm going to discuss the role specifically of that DOT qualified substance abuse professional in Part 2 of this course. So be on the lookout for that. That's all I have. Simplify, simple fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.